Thank you for joining us on the Real News Extra. My name is Fred. I'm the operations manager here at Relaw APC. And joining me today is Jennifer Felten, the principal and founder of Relaw APC. So Jennifer, what was at stake in this month's case of the month? It involves underground water rights. And why did the court rule the way it did?
So water is a funky thing.
Yes, it is.
So there's actually a name for it. It's called riparian rights. So there's actually a whole area of law just about water. And we happen to live in a state that doesn't have enough water to support the population.
Right.
So we have a lot of litigation over water, and there's a lot of issues when it comes to water. But the baseline rules are the baseline rules, which is water is a part of land. So if there's a pond on your property, it's part of the land. It is real property, not personal property.
Okay.
When you sell the land, you don't take the pond
with you.
Right? So think about trees, right? Like if you're growing trees, the trees are actually personal property, right? So, or the fruit on the trees. So like you can sell the land and keep the rights to the fruit, right? So there's all kinds of weird rules. But water as a general rule is part of the land, and it's not sold separately, absent some sort of restriction, some sort of easement, some sort of contract that would take it out. Or if you bottle it, right? If you put the water in a bin, now it's personal property and you can take it with you, right? So that's baseline rules. In this case, our property owner is having some issues. One, his land keeps getting flooded, so he has all this flood water. And two, he can't pay his mortgage, so he gets foreclosed upon.
So, just keeps getting better.
Yes. And as a result, the lender, under the deed of trust, forecloses, and he says, yeah, you can have the land, but that water, all that flood water, that's mine. It's my personal property. So that's the argument in the case.
Got it.
And the court at both the trial level and the appellate level were like, yeah, that's the law, right? And he's like, no, I think it's mine. It's pretty much what happened. The court literally was like, there's not even case law to support his argument. The one primary case he cites in the case isn't about floodwater. It's about a ditch, which we have so many ditches here. But the case holds what someone like me who's knowledgeable in this space would expect, that water is, unless contracted otherwise, real property.
Got it.
Water on your land.
So how does California tying the water to the land affect buyers, sellers, and investors?
Well, think about if you're buying a piece of property, what purpose are you buying it for? And is there water to support that purpose? Right? It's a real issue in California. You can drive up to Fresno, right? And you'll see farms desolate because they don't have
enough water.
Right? Look at some areas down here. Look, we're not supposed to water our grass certain days because we don't have enough water, right? So water is part of every decision. Now, you're buying in a subdivision, chances are the water's part of the deal. But there are homes in Southern California that are on well. There are homes that are on private water. There's water districts. So when I was an escrow officer, if you lived in certain areas, there's water stock. So you have stock in a water district, and you have to trade the stock as part of the sale. So it's something you need to know when you're buying. How is the water governed? How am I going to get it? Who's paying for it? Right? It is a real thing that needs to be dealt with. And the reality is water needs to be dealt with everywhere, but because of the shortage here in California, it is more important than in some other places.
Okay, but why should the average consumer be very mindful of the water rights if they're buying a property?
Right. So you want to actually have water.
Works better that way, usually.
And you want to have it at a reasonable price, because there's two issues. I mean, we actually have a case right now where the guy bought a farm, and that farm has 3 different water sources. So the seller sold 2 of the 3, but tried to keep one of them. And we're actually in litigation over whether they had the right to do that. I mean, it falls in line with this case of what do I have? Because if I'm a farmer, I need water. Right? And so he doesn't have enough water without we're fighting over for him to be able to farm. So now he has farmland he can't farm as of right now. So was the seller honest in their dealings with him? Did he understand? Did they understand? Right? Like, it is something you need to be paying attention to. And I mean, say you're buying a condo. Well, is the water joint or is it separate? Those are things you should know.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You need to know how it's being paid for and making sure that it's going to get supplied at a price that doesn't screw up your budget.
Right.
So it's an important thing.
Okay, well, thank you. And thank you for joining us for the Real News Extra. If you're enjoying this content, I invite you to click on like or subscribe. And of course, ring that little bell for future notifications. My name is Fred. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.